Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at our final top 10 game of 2014 for SmashPad's overall staff list. It is Transistor, which is out on the PS4 and PC. It is from Supergiant Games, makers of Bastion, and it is an awesome game. We're playing on the PS4 here. This, I would classify it as a strategy RPG, and sort of what's really cool about this is the battle system. Essentially, I pressed R2 here. It goes into this sort of grid setup. I can run around freely, but as you can see up top there is sort of a timeline of the actions you are performing, and you essentially set up your attack. Say, I'm going to do this, then I want to teleport over here and do this attack, teleport over here, here, this attack, and have it all perform out like this and let you sort of tackle your enemies and do some really cool stuff. You can do that stuff on the fly if you want. You can play it this way. It's not viable early on in the game, but later on it can be a little bit more viable. And what's really cool is the sort of the way you set up all your attacks. These are all my functions here I've unlocked. I am on my New Game Plus run. So I have 24 blocks of memory. On the left is what how many of these things I can attach. And the cool system here is that essentially I have these 4 main attacks that can be any of these functions I can set as the base attack. Then I can attach up to 2 more, and that's something you can do through the perks that you unlock as you level up. Those will sometimes let you add more blocks to your memory, open up slots on your skill bar there on the bottom part. So basically I can attach, say, like I have, this is my base attack on circle, which shoots out rapid kinetic charges, which you saw me shooting earlier. And attached that I have load, which creates an area effect of that attack, so it causes like a little explosion. And also attached that is tap here, which applies a life stealing effect. So I hit those guys, it helps give me a little bit more life. And so that's sort of a really cool aspect of this battle system. You can do that with all of these attacks. So this one right here causes the enemy I attack with this to become an ally for a few seconds. It's like 5 or 6 seconds, something like that. And they can start attacking for me. And I can attach things to it. What do I have attached to it? Like I have this attached to it that's a passive slot. What is attached to that? This is attached to it. Has a chain reactive effect, so if enemies nearby, to the original enemy I hit with this, it might ricochet and cause them to become an ally as well. Which is a really cool thing. I think this one's attached to it too, which causes it to split. So potential greater range of attack, so that if an enemy moves, because they can move in that short amount of time as it takes your attacks to actually happen. And what's cool is that they have that all laid out right here. These are all of the upgrades. If you use this crash ability as the base, these are all of the different variants of what I can do right now if I want to use them. And so that's sort of really cool. And this gives you a little more information on the other ways that you can use that function. It's just a really cool aspect to this whole thing. The story here is that we're playing as Red, who is a singer who has been attacked. It's sort of, I'm not sure she's amnesiac, but she's sort of trying to find out what happened, what's going on in the world, because there's this white stuff that is appearing all over the city and sort of draining what is. It's a little hard to explain, just especially because I haven't played this game in a while. The city is sort of built on computers. It might be sort of like an AI city. If you remember, Bastion, the narrator in that, he is back. He plays the voice in the sword, which at the very beginning of the game, you find that sword is stuck in a man right next to Red. She pulls it out, and it seems like his soul has been absorbed into the sword. The sword is called Transistor. So here's her bike. The world is gorgeous. The music is awesome.
Okay, 64. 5 blocks down. Take the second right.
So yeah, that's just awesome. Like, it plays through the speaker on the controller.
You turn left. Thought we were gonna skip town. We're going back there. You met these things. They do not have a sense of humor.
Yeah, so she cannot
They will
talk.
track you down. What's left of me. Back to those 2-bit Camerata pieces of trash.
Yeah, so she has lost her voice. Being a singer, that is sort of a big deal. So he sort of speaks for her, talks to her, sort of ends up playing a big part of it. You find out about their relationship. The story is not like an amazing revelatory thing, but it's a really cool little story. Not too long, but and yeah, they're going back to the club. What I like is, like, it tells you little bits of information about this stuff. Here's the expressway we just came from. Blocks traveled 48. You can get a little bit more from him. Okay, so I press R1 and just do this little thing. Just a little flourish. Oh, there's enemies. Okay, so we got a young lady, bad cell, bad cell, bad cell, bad cell, cheerleader. I forget what the cheerleaders do. Well, the cheerleaders put shields on all these guys. So okay, we got this. What'd be good is to teleport behind this one. Attack, attack, backstab. Oh, it's protected. Okay. So that's not going to do any damage. So what we want to do is here, here, and then I'm trying to think. There's something I'm missing. Let's go over here.
Let's go.
See how this goes out.
Not.
Okay. So those things have been switched. You can see how much longer they are switched. Attack them from behind, you get added bonus. Ooh, backstab, backstab. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it moved. So you can do a little bit of attacking without the enemy. There's another cheerleader over here. You have to collect those cells or else the enemy or where they will respawn into enemies that you will have to be very careful about how you attack them. See if we can get that guy. Switch over. Go over here. Take out this guy. Backstab, backstab. What's cool about this little bar is that you can sort of trick it into giving you a little bit more juice. So like if I take that off, you see I don't have that much. It's certainly not big enough for a regular crash, but as long as you have a little bit left there, you can add on another attack. So I can sort of say, hey, oh, that thing switched, so now I can't do anything. So there are shadows that do some damage. So yeah, this thing can create those little dudes. So it creates these little things. Boom. So that's the battle system. It's really cool. It definitely reminds me of like a strategy RPG, and I really like when strategy RPGs actually try something new. Like Valkyria Chronicles was something that said, we're gonna try something different, because a lot of strategy RPGs just emulate, Tactics Ogre and Final Fantasy Tactics. Those games are good, but those games also came out a long time ago. Developers are capable of more. Let's see.
Recognize this place without the foot traffic.
Yeah, so just lots of really cool stuff here. There are...
Terminal still up.
These terminals are pretty cool.
Must be starving.
We can show the offer.
Sea monster's really the only choice here.
Okay, we'll order
Yes. Just have to let's before it gets cold.
that. Trick is you're never gonna get that.
They're hungry too.
Hey, buddy. Got you. Boom.
Themselves open.
So things just happen all over the place. Some of them are scripted, some are just... You can mess around with the... And so yeah, get to this, and you can save, mess with this stuff if you want. And that's Transistor. That's a really awesome game. Definitely was on my list for best games of the year. I forget what I put it on. I think it was my number 7. Yeah, looking at my list, number 7. Overall, it made it to 10th, thanks to Patrick and Ted also putting it on their list. So, yeah, last but not least, Transistor. Really awesome game. Definitely a game you should check out if you missed it somehow this year. It's on sale during the Steam sale. I'm betting it's going to be on sale. I think it was on sale on PSN within the past month or so. It'll probably be on sale sometime early next year. Even at $15, it's really good deal. 6 to 8 hours to beat it, and then there's New Game Plus. Really good. Really fun to play. That's what I'm playing right now. It's really fun. More of a challenge. Just keep going. Have more fun. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed our Game of the Year stuff. By now you have seen everything. All of our staff lists are out. Our overall staff list is out. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys again as we get back to our regular scheduled content. Thank you.